It was just past 11 o'clock, on a seemingly ordinary Wednesday morning, January 22, 2025. Students at Antioch High School in Nashville, Tennessee, filled the cafeteria, the usual lunchtime chatter and laughter echoing through the room. Suddenly, the unthinkable happened. Gunshots ripped through the air, transforming the familiar space into a scene of chaos and terror. Witnesses described a sudden commotion, a struggle, then the deafening sound of gunfire. The aroma of food was replaced by the metallic scent of gunpowder, the sounds of panic replacing the prior joyful atmosphere. For many, the initial moments were a blur, a disorienting mix of fear and confusion. Instinct took over as students scattered, seeking cover under tables or desperately trying to flee the room. Tragically, 2 young lives were cut short that day. 16-year-old Jocelyn Correa Escalante, a beloved friend and bright student known for her warm smile, became the victim of a senseless act of violence. The shooter, 17-year-old Solomon Henderson, a fellow student at Antioch High, turned the gun on himself after taking Jocelyn's life. 2 other students were injured in the crossfire. One, a 17-year-old boy, suffered a graze wound and was treated and released from the hospital. The other sustained a facial injury but was fortunate not to have been shot. Their physical wounds will eventually heal, but the emotional scars of that day will undoubtedly linger. As the echoes of gunfire faded, a chilling silence fell over the cafeteria. The air was thick with the smell of gunpowder and the raw emotion of those who had witnessed the horrific event. Students huddled together, some crying uncontrollably, others in shock, struggling to comprehend what had just transpired. The scene was one of utter devastation and disbelief. Word of the shooting spread like wildfire through the school and out into the community. Parents, alerted by frantic texts and social media posts, rushed to the school, their hearts pounding with fear and uncertainty. The weight of the tragedy began to settle in, leaving a community reeling in its wake. Within minutes of the first 911 calls, a swarm of police cars, ambulances, and fire trucks descended upon Antioch High School. Sirens wailed, their urgency underscoring the gravity of the situation. First responders, trained for such horrific scenarios, sprang into action, working quickly to secure the area and tend to the wounded. Paramedics rushed into the school, their eyes met with a scene of chaos and carnage. They triaged the injured, providing immediate medical attention to those in need. The wounded were transported to nearby hospitals, while those who had escaped physical harm were ushered to safety. The coordinated response of law enforcement and emergency services was swift and professional, a testament to their training and dedication. As news of the shooting spread, a wave of panic swept through the community. Parents desperately sought information about their children, their minds racing with worst-case scenarios. The Metro Nashville Police Department established a reunification point at Ascension St. Thomas Hospital, a safe haven where families could reunite with their loved ones. School buses, transformed into vehicles of hope, transported students to the hospital, their arrival met with tears of relief and embraces that spoke volumes. The reunification process was a poignant reminder of the preciousness of life and the unbreakable bond between parents and their children. The shooting at Antioch High School sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. The quiet Nashville suburb was now tragically linked to the growing list of communities forever marked by gun violence. A collective grief settled over the town, a palpable sense of loss and disbelief hanging in the air. Vigils were held, offering solace and support to those struggling to cope with the tragedy. Flowers, candles, and messages of love and remembrance adorned the school's entrance, a testament to the enduring spirit of a community determined to heal. In the aftermath of the shooting, investigators launched a meticulous investigation to piece together the events that led to the tragedy. They combed through the crime scene searching for clues and interviewed witnesses, hoping to gain insight into the shooter's motive. The search for answers extended online, as authorities examined Solomon Henderson's social media activity and digital footprint. As the investigation unfolds, the community grapples with unanswered questions. What drove a 17-year-old boy to commit such a horrific act? Were there warning signs that were missed? The search for answers is a painful but necessary step in the process of healing and prevention. The physical wounds inflicted on that tragic day will heal, but the emotional and psychological scars will likely linger for a lifetime. Students who witness the shooting carry with them the burden of trauma, their lives forever altered by the experience. The fear, the chaos, the sights and sounds of that day are forever etched into their memories. The impact extends far beyond the walls of Antioch High School. Parents, teachers, first responders, and the entire community bear the weight of this tragedy. The emotional toll is immeasurable, a heavy burden shared by all who have been touched by this senseless act of violence. The road to healing after a tragedy like the Antioch High School shooting is long and arduous. It requires time, support, and an unwavering commitment to fostering a culture of empathy and understanding. The community must come together to support the victims, their families, and all those affected by this horrific event. Counseling services have been made available to students, staff, and community members, providing a safe space to process their grief and begin the journey towards healing. The outpouring of support from across the nation offers a glimmer of hope in the midst of darkness, a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, love and